pitää olla. Paljon hevosvoimia. Paljon hevosvoimia on tässä täällä. Hyvät penkit, hei tästä löytyy mole. Siellä toi Eniak RS, tuo sininen auto on ensi viimeinen kilpailija. Nyt Väinö, sulla on 1, 7. Pääsis tonne kovimmalle tulokselle ensin.
Warning, the pregame show contains flashing lights and images. Varoitus, alkushow sisältää vilkkuvaa valoa ja kuvaa.
Jeg var lidt nervøs. Ja, det var også her. Jeg var faktisk også tøj på til. Ja, hvad sagde de? Okay, you could go back.
Denmark and USA will start triple header Saturday here in Tampere. Officials for this game, Lassi Heikkinen of Finland and Mike Langen of Saskatoon are the referees. Your linesmen are Tomi Nittila of Finland and David Nodiger of Austria, as Denmark and Team USA get set to meet here at the 2023 IIHF World Championship. There's Dave Quinn in behind the bench for Team USA. It's not like this team's first periods, but still has this group sitting up top in Group A. And there's Heinz Ehlers. Felt his team was way too passive in the second period against Germany. Knows they cannot be passive against this USA team, a team that he feels is the fastest team here at this World Championship. So a couple days off for Team USA, and now 3 games in 4 nights to close the preliminary round out, but do have that 4-0 start. And Denmark started 3-0. Nikolai Ehlers remains hot, the offensive leader for this Denmark team. But a loss against Germany, we'll see how critical that is for Denmark. Casey DeSmith will get the start in goal, has stopped 53 of 56 in 2 games played. And for Frederick Dickau, Montreal pick in 2019, looking to bounce back after a bit of a tough game against Germany in a game that Denmark came back to tie 3-3 in the third, only to lose it by a score of 6-4. We'll talk about Denmark's situation throughout the course of this game and how much that loss to Germany meant and how much it will mean going forward here at this World Championship. Lassen will play it back into his own zone. Marcus Lauritsen tried to swing it across. It got blocked, gets it again, sends it up the boards. Pass gets intercepted by Drew O'Connor, sends it down for Connor Garland. Garland trying to get this back up the boards for Mikey Eyssimont. And Eyssimont had to get away from him, and here comes Nick Jensen. Jens will dump this in, goes in after it against Dylan Sandberg. Sandberg plays it around for Perbix. Perbix snaps it up for Eyssimont. And on it goes for O'Connor. O'Connor trying to work it deep, got stopped in the corner. And slowing the play down is Anders Koch, as the teams will start their first change of the hockey game.
And this is what they might do. It's well and good to say that U.S. is the fastest team, and I certainly agree with that. Do they have a team that can skate with them? I don't think so. Maybe a line, maybe 2 lines, but not an entire team, which means they're going to have to slow the game down in order to try and slow the U.S. down.
It will test USA's patience, no doubt. This is snapped back in at the blue line by Connor Mackey. Nick Bonino, the captain of Team USA, a couple of Stanley Cups on his resume. It gets bounced out front and grabbed off, and Matthias Bau will send it on, and Morten Paulsen will play it into the zone, trying to get that for Frederick Storm. And now Matthias Lassen back into his own zone. It's chipped to the near side. Lassen will get pressured there by Alex Tuck. Centering attempt cleared out at center ice, and Team USA on the regroup. Tyler Cleven will play it across, and this will get cleared in. Snap back off the boards. Asperup will send it into the Team USA zone, and back forward is Carter Mazer. Cutter Gauthier, quick shot. Dickau makes the save. Rebound taken, shot there from Cleven, and that got deflected away.
Well, that gives him a good start. Dickau needed a good save early on. I agree with you, Dennis. He did not play very good in the last game against Germany. When they really needed him, he let in a couple of softies, a couple of good saves right there.
22nd and 23rd shots of this tournament for Cutter Gauthier. He leads Team USA in that category. Nick Olofsson goes in after it. It's jammed up in the corner. Patrick Brown in his second game for Team USA. There's a shot from the right point by Krogsgaard, and Casey DeSmith will smother it.
Well, the U.S. is steaming right along, and this is one of their best. Look, Cutter Gauthier, he is a shooter. He likes to shoot the puck. That was a heck of a shot. That was labeled, and there's the first good save. This young man's coming on by leaps and bounds. He's got a ton of confidence. The U.S. team scores a lot. They've got 18 goals for. Only Switzerland has scored more with 19. Their power play is 2 for 9. They've only had 9 chances on the power play. That's the fewest of any team. So maybe they can build on that even if Denmark gets sloppy and loose and starts taking penalties.
Nick Ehlers drops it for Nick Jensen. Jensen cuts to the middle, lets the shot go. Went off the leg in front and trickled just wide blocker side onto Smith. O'Connor trying to jam it up the boards, intercepted, taken by Nick Jensen. 18 World Championship goals for Nick Jensen. That is the leader among active players for Denmark.
That was a real good shift by the top line. The Ehlers, Russell, Jensen line has been dynamic. Nikolai Ehlers started it off with power play goals in the first game, but for me, Nick Jensen's the guy who really makes that line go. And the Americans better be aware when he goes out there. Denmark doesn't shoot a lot, but their #1 power play, 6 for 13 on the power play, and their penalty kill was solid as well too. So if you want to get in the specialty teams battle, be careful. Denmark's pretty damn good.
Denmark dropping that 6-4 game to Germany. A win against Germany would have pretty much assured Denmark a quarterfinal spot.
Yeah.
And now what happens is, because Germany won that game, Denmark is going to need 4 or 5 points out of games against Team USA today. And then they finish back-to-back Monday, Tuesday against Sweden and Finland. Grabbed off by Rocco Grimaldi, slides this to the far corner. Connor Mackey is in from the line. Mackey will play this back up top. Mazur off the bench on the change, ran into the referee. Puts on the brakes, gathers it, lets the shot go, and Dickow will make the save and hang on to it.
That looks like part of the strategy, and it makes a lot of sense. Dickow, I think, is going to take a lot of face-offs now. They're going to have to win those face-offs if they're going to be in their own zone a lot, because the U.S. does have a lot of quickness and a lot of puck possession. So if your goaltender is going to hold on to the puck and try to slow down and try to take USA out of their rhythm, then you better win these face-offs right now.
So we had Cutter Gauthier with the shot from the left side. We've had Mazur with the shot from the right side, fairly well out. Maybe this is exactly the start that Frederick Dickow needed. Kind of feels some shots early.
Yep.
Nick Anderson, who took a bad penalty late in the third period of that game against Germany, will send this one in. Comes back at the blue line. Christian Weissen, number 65, coming off a very good game and against Germany, had 2 goals and an assist. In across for Mazur, looking blocker side to the right-handed catching Dickow, and he missed the net. Comes back at the line. Perunovic will swing it around. Mazur gets held up a little bit. Mazur in on the forecheck to the corner boards. TJ Tynan, who leads this World Championship in face-off percentage, gets it back to Thrun. Thrun will try and get it back down low for Tynan. Tynan turns, swings it all the way around. Perunovic is in from the left point. And Nicholas Anderson got there first and chips it away for Denmark.
David Quinn made a great point before the game when he said Denmark gives up fewer scoring chances against than any team in the tournament. Now that's really saying something. So yeah, they've got the special teams, but they also have the structure and they know what they're doing.
Marcus Lorentzen, 6 assists. He was the assist leader in this tournament until Mikko Rantanen picked up 3 in the win yesterday. Tyler Clevin back forward for Team USA. Came out of college, signed a pro contract, and got into some games with the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, this U.S. team is full of college guys that are just starting their pro careers, and you know that scouts are watching all over the place here. Farrell's one of those guys out of Harvard and went to Montreal.
Russell to the short side. Lots of connections, either guys who have played college together or guys who were drafted by the same team.
Yep.
Taking at center, and Asamont will send this in. Started the season in Winnipeg, ended up in San Jose, and then ended up in Tampa.
This line is fast. particularly fast. Asimon can really go. Connor Garland can go. O'Connor can go. They really changed the tempo. If things are lacking for the U.S. team at all and everything gets dragged down, they send these three guys out and it picks up.
So this is the line that's been out against the Nick Jensen line here in the early going. We'll see if that continues. O'Connor with a bouncing puck. Turned away by the right pad of Dickow. Connor Garland trying to work that back to the front of the net. Garland puts on the brakes, being watched there by Paulson. And it's cleared, bounces away from Dylan Sandberg, who is at +7. Tied for the tournament lead in plus-minus.
I could see why he'd put the O'Connor line out against that top line of Denmark, because the O'Connor line gets in the offensive zone and they just spin around and they have a lot of puck possession. It takes away all the puck possession for the Denmark top line, frustrates them and makes them play in their own end. I'm sure that's the theory they're working on.
Matthias Lassen, one of 3 defensemen on this Denmark squad that plays for Malmo in the SHL. The 2 Lauritsen's are the others. Anderson goes cross ice for Olsen. Olsen has Weiss headed to the front of the net. The puck all the way around the boards. Waiting for it is Alex Tuck. He'll send it on for Bonino. Bonino will play it back into his own zone. And Team USA had to be careful. Thrun was coming on the ice. Realized the puck was making its way back to the area. So we jump back into the Team USA bench. Long pass up at center ice. Anderson will send it in. Denmark and USA starting 3 games on the slate today here in Tampere. Also 3 over in Riga. They try and sort some things out with regards to the standings. Anders Koch will dump it in. Huge match in Riga this afternoon. Canada and Switzerland in a battle for top spot. Our battle for top spot may come on Tuesday when Team USA plays Sweden. Mazur on the steal, drops it back. Short side try up top for Gauthier. And the save made by Dickow. Tynan sends it back, shot from the line, right pad save made by Dickow. A good stop through traffic, and then Dickow will find it and smother it. USA Denmark scoreless in Tampere. These teams last met at the 2019 World Championship, a 7-1 win for Team USA over Denmark. Team USA 4 straight wins. 2018, they started 6-0 and took home a bronze. And then before that, we go all the way back to 1933. They won all 5, different format then. They won all 5 and a gold medal. And then in 1931, they won their first 5, and then a silver medal on that one. And that was back in 1931. There was a controversial goal, went to video review.
Oh, yeah?
Dylan Sandberg off the corner boards. And he'll settle down in behind his own net for Team USA. The Winnipeg Jet played up on the board, stopped by Mikkel Bodker, and he'll slip it back, and Sandberg will set it all up again. Plays it around O'Connor, will send a backhander out to center. Matthias Lassen stepped up on the play, breaks it up. Marcus Lauritsen's pass intercepted. Here comes Asimon in on goal, puts it off the goal post. He went blocker side on Dickow and put it off the pipe. on the neutral zone turnover. Centered in front, another chance for Asamont. Trying to work it out of the corner, watched by Lauritsen, and a good defensive play by Frederick Storm. Storm will send this up in behind the play. Asamont a little shaken up as he got tied up.
He and Garland collided with each other, and they both went down deep in the zone. They're lucky it was an outnumbered attack. The U.S. did a good job of turning it away at the blue line, so those two could kind of get themselves back in order. Now they get a line change.
Jesper Jensen Abo, who leads all players in per game average ice time, out there now for Denmark, sends it in. Patrick Russell, by the way, leads all forwards in per game ice time. Bouncing puck, and Jesper Jensen Abo had to be careful with that, where Alex Tuck was in alone. Casey DeSmith of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Visa stops it. Cleared all the way around the boards. On the change, Asperup will play it back into the corner. Drops it there for Anderson, in from the line. Wrist shot there by Koch. That got turned away by DeSmith. Visa's on it. Visa back for Koch. Shot from the line through traffic, goes wide. Bow is on it. Denmark completing the line change. Bow sends this deep off the corner boards. Played there by Molgaard. Back in for Bow. Bow back for Oscar Molgaard. He gets pinned to the backboards by Connor Mackey, and Bonino gets taken down by Bow, and the first power play of the game is going to go to Team USA. Austria, Finland, our second game today. Sweden, France, our final game, and reports now that William Nylander has changed his mind and is not going to join Sweden.
I wonder what that'll do to him, you know, to the team, I mean.
Not official, but that's the word going around this building.
He's a big ad. You know, he's got a huge reputation. He's got a track record. He's got all of that. And you think, okay, he's coming. And then now he's not. Be interesting.
Cleared down the ice. Matthias Bow to the penalty box on an iffy call. And Team USA to the power play. Team USA's power play 2 for 9. 22.2%. Denmark on the penalty kill, 8 of 10. And one of the power play goals that they allowed was an empty netter. Back at the line, Perunovic cross ice, Gauthier. And Dickow slides across and makes another stop off of Gauthier.
Pretty good pass by Perunovic. Wasn't quite in the wheelhouse, and Gauthier needed a little better. Here's the turnover that was created by O'Connor in that last shift out there. Is a bad turnover by Marcus Lauritsen, who's usually really dependable. Maybe a lucky deflection, but it gave Asamont a chance coming in, and he hit the crossbar.
Face-off win by Tynan. Another one. He's been very good on the draws. Down to the goal line it goes, and got turned aside and cleared before Bonino could find it. Visa will carry back in. Long wrist shot. That went wide. Stuffed back down low on the far side by Marcus Lauritsen. And Team USA on the regroup with Perunovic. Scott Perunovic puts it in behind his own net. Alex Tuck is on it. Tuck coming off a terrific season with the Buffalo Sabres. Swings it rink wide looking for Perunovic, but it comes outside the line. Back-to-back NC2A titles for Scott Perunovic in 2018 and 2019 with Minnesota Duluth along with Dylan Sandberg. Matt Coronado will dump this off. Mazur sends it around. Tynan, Grimaldi, and back for Tynan, and up top it goes. Lane Hudson back for Tynan. Tynan trying to get that to the back post. It was intercepted as Oliver Lordson got in front of it. Hudson in with the shot. Dickow makes the save, and now another penalty. Coming to, is this Denmark? It is, as a stick came up on Connor Garland, and Matthias Lassen to the penalty box.
There it was, right in front of the net. Yeah, on Connor Garland. He gets the referee's attention right away. That allows Lane Hudson, who came out in the second half of that power play. Boy, he can really dance. Hudson's got that great quickness, 5'9", college hockey player. He's full of himself now. He was a little quiet in the first game or so, but as he got on, you can't blame him. He's so young, but he has felt his way through this now, and he wants the puck all the time. He's interesting to watch.
2 shots on the power play so far for Team USA, and they'll have, clock says 9. It was actually 10 before that partial faceoff, and a huge faceoff win here for Weissa, and he'll clear it down, and that will open the door for Matthias Bau to come back on the ice. So now just a one-man advantage for Team USA. Hudson will send it around, taken by Coronado. He has a power play goal in this tournament. Being watched there by Jesper Jensen-Abel. Back up for Lane Hudson. Hudson with a goal in this tournament, and it was a dandy. And a cross-ice pass knocked out of midair by the long reach of 6'8" Matthias Bau. Grimaldi will bring it in. Grimaldi sends it to the goal line. Connor Garland back up top, and then gets it back from Hudson. Lets the shot go, blocked by Oliver Lordson, and cleared down the ice.
He had Mazur right on the corner of the net. I think that was a shot pass trying to go there, but it's got to get through. They have a lot of different looks that they can show on the power play, and they can work the left side or the right side.
Tuck for Bonino, Bonino for Gauthier. Gauthier with the wrist shot, that never got through. Trying to chop at it was Morten Paulson. He's going to get a chance now as Perunovic lost his footing, and he'll get it up for Christian Weissa. He'll work it in, short side, try off the side of the net, and Tynan will play it back for Scott Perunovic, St. Louis draft pick.
They can put the 2 big gunners out there. Alex Tuck is there now. He goes on the right wing side. He's got a cannon of a one-timer. And then Cutter Gauthier, who loves to shoot the puck, and he's got a real gun as well, too. They can put him on the right side for a one-timer.
Another turnover. Frederick Storm shorthanded. And Casey DeSmith, as we have seen throughout this tournament, Team USA's goaltending in the first period has been terrific, and that continues.
Really active on that penalty kill, and Storm, who's been very good for Denmark. He takes advantage of it. He's up on the play. There's the Connor Garland chance. That's where Mazur was right off to the side of the net. I think based on that shot that was rising, it was not going to be a shot pass. It looked like it from here, but that one would have been airborne too much, and would have been a good idea to just get it to Mazur off the side of the post.
80th World Championship game for Frederick Storm. Cleared through center. That's as far as that play gets. Storm is on it again, and that'll do it. Out of the penalty box is Matthias Lassen. So Denmark. So 2 shots total on the power play for Team USA. And Denmark avoiding disaster here in the early going. Nick Jensen will get it on for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers with some speed. Puts on the brakes against the checking of Perbik. Sends it back for Koch at the line. That got blocked. Ehlers on a second chance will drive it down low. Russell will get it back for Ehlers, and Ehlers will play it at the line. Through some traffic for Anders Koch. Deflected in front and wide. Russell has it. Russell back for Koch. Sends it around the boards. Waiting for it is Jesper Jensen-Abel. He'll swing it back to the far side, but Eyssimont going to be first on it and stuffs it down the boards, and Ehlers has to hustle back. Ehlers tried to play it up the boards, and it got turned over. O'Connor sends it for Eyssimont, got away from him, and turning and firing in front was Tynan or Coronado, but he couldn't get it through.
Boy, Nick Ehlers will be glad they finally got this one out. That was a bad turnover there, just a little careless along the wall.
Right back in for Patrick Brown. Tried to drive the net, and he runs over the netminder. And play called. No penalty on the play, I don't think. Scoreless here in the first.
Now it's time for referee dance down. Tuosta IFK juhlaa toisella mallia, että miten lähtee referee dance down. Let's go. Referee dance.
Yeah, referee dance. Everybody get ready for the short section is. Come on!
Here we go.
Go! Yes, come on, Yuki!
A long conversation going on amongst the officials because Denmark very upset that there was no penalty on this play.
That's a pretty severe angle. You're almost looping back up for Patrick Brown. And yes, he does get hit by the defenseman and gets hit hard. And goaltenders get mad at their defenseman for making this play because, yeah, you just got me whacked. And Dickow was down for a long time. The trainer came out. He is staying in the game. They've not replaced him. But that was a tough one. A lot of goalies, sorry, Dennis. A lot of goalies will say, when a guy comes in at an angle like that, leave him alone. Like, I mean, because that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get railroaded here. There's no penalty on the play.
Dominic Kubalik has his 7th. Czechia has a 1-0 lead on Norway. So 11 points now for Dominic Kubalik. 3-point lead on Mackenzie Weegar. Nikolai Ehlers has 7 points. Mikko Rantanen has 7 points. Face-off wins coming into today's action. Scott Lawton is 153. Rodrigo Abels has 164. He has taken 104 face-offs. Nico Sturm is leading the way. Sturm has taken 115 face-offs, and he's won 58 of them. Comes back at the blue line. Team USA, long wrister from Gauthier. And a glove save by Dickow, and now Mazur is added in front of the Denmark net.
The more I watch Mazur, the more I like this young man, too. He plays hard. Denver University went on to Grand Rapids. He had 22 goals this year at Denver University. He's got some speed. He's got some jam to his game. Playing with Tynan and Gauthier, really like that makeup. Tynan's a real playmaker. Tynan had 73 assists this year. Playing with two guys who want to be gunners and who've got speed. It's a great makeup of a third line.
This gets played ahead by Jacob Gammelgaard for Denmark. Added to the roster, does not see a lot of action, but out there now. 2:45 to go in the opening period. And Denmark killing off 2 shorthanded situations. Backhander by Nick Olofsson. Off the body to the far side, and Alex Tuck will carry it out. Swings his way to center. Sends it across for Rocco Grimaldi. To the short side, that got blocked by Anders Koch. And grabbed off by Oscar Molgaard. 41 games played in the SHL for him. And will be a high pick in the upcoming draft. So the NHL scouts happy to see this youngster back in the lineup for Denmark. Jensen Abo for Anders Koch, on for Bow. Bow will lift this up at center. Jensen Abo waits for it, plays it through for Molgaard. He had some room there, but it deflected off his skate. Asamont will carry back. Gets it back, Connor Garland the shot. That's turned aside. Molgaard swings it across near side, on for Asperup. Matthias Asperup, the 2017 Danish Player of the Year. Another player added to the roster. Now he'll head to the bench on the change, and it's up at center ice. And this will get lifted in by Nick Ehlers, and a bouncing puck in on Casey DeSmith.
Well, the U.S. has had a good first period. They are attacking with speed, and yes, they've had a lot of zone time. They also had a couple of power plays that helped a lot too. On the other side, Denmark's not giving up a whole lot. They've done a pretty good job there, and obviously their focus was trying to take away the speed. But at the same time, somewhere along the line, they're going to have some offense. They've got 7 shots on goal so far, and that can't keep going on for the entire game.
Denmark has been much better in the faceoff department today. Only 33% in the game against Germany. And then they were hanging in there and got very passive in the second period. They were outshot 13-2 in the second period against Germany.
Well, they have a fear factor here against this U.S. team, so their attention span is right there. It's crisp and clear, and that involves things like face-offs and the little details of the game.
Heinz Ehlers said before the game, we can't be passive against this Team USA. It's the fastest team here.
Yeah. And you know what? A little bit of fear is okay. It keeps you sharp and keeps you focused.
A balance between respect and fear? Or
yep. Nope, nobody fears you if you're not fast, and nobody fears you if you can't score. The Americans can do both.
Shot from the right point. Dickau makes the save. Herbeck's getting that one in on goal, and we'll get a face-off in the Denmark zone. 24.8 seconds left in the opening period. We'll send you back to Mark Rowe and Devontae Smith-Pelly. Some big games today. Canada, Switzerland over in Riga this afternoon. Finland, the host team, is going to try and keep it rolling after a slow start. Finland got their offensive game going yesterday in the game against Hungary. Shot from the line, turned away by Dickau as Clevin got that one through. Comes off the corner boards. Some late period pressure here by Team USA. Oliver Lauritsen jams it up in the corner. Gammelgaard is there as well. Weisse sends it back to the corner, and all the Denmark players waiting for the horn, and it finally comes, and the first period ends.
Good period of hockey for both teams. The U.S. accomplishing what they want, attack with speed, get inside the zone, use your speed. Denmark doing a good job proving to themselves so far that they can defend against this U.S. team, but they need some offense.
Shots were 15-7 Team USA. Denmark won 7 of the 13 faceoffs. No score after one.
Between Team Norway and Team Czechia, first period 0-2. Riikassa tilanne ottelussa Norja Tsekki on ensimmäisessä erässä 0-2.
Can I bring a chase out?
guys. Yeah, I'll wait for Bailey there. Yeah. Keep the sticks on the ice, have fun.
That's a good hit there, that's a good hit there. Yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good. 6 in front, guys, 6 in front. Puck's there, guys, loose, loose. Hits good, hits good, hits good. Watch those 6, guys. No. 6 good, 6 good. Loose, loose. Old guy stick, old guy stick.
I'll check. Up. Turn. Let's go! Yeah, no, your fault. Your fault.
It's good, front's good, front's good.
Team Denmark, goalkeeper Chase. In goal, 39.
Scoreless here as we get set to start period number 2. And Nick Bonino over in a conversation with the referees. Jensen Abo there as well, the two captains. And it may have to do with the fact that Fredrik Dickau is no longer in goal for Denmark. There's Heinz Ehlers. I think that glares for the officials.
Yeah.
As Dickau was run over in the first period. Casey DeSmith was perfect in that period, 7 for 7. And at the other end of the ice, George Sorensen will take over. Plays for the Aalborg Pirates. We'll touch on him in a second, but we'll go back to the Dickau situation. Patrick Brown charging the net. Got squeezed out by the defenseman, bowled Fredrik Dickau over. Dickau finished the period and is not on the bench for Denmark, and George Sorensen takes over.
It was Jensen Abo that hit him into the goaltender. So Jensen Abo came over to the two referees as soon as he came on the ice before this period started. And then Nick Bonino saw that, and anytime there's one team talking to the referees, right? Somebody from the other team will come over and go, hey, what's going on here? I want to know what's going on as well. But it was Jensen Abo who took a run at Brown, and Brown was the one that crashed into Dickau, and boy, was it a collision. So interesting scenario. Where does this leave Denmark?
Cutter Gauthier, 5 shots on goal in that opening period. And the ice time leaders in this tournament continue to do so. Patrick Russell, 7-13 in the first period. There's a chance, and that went wide by Nikolai Ehlers. That early here in period 2.
And Russell had a long conversation with the referee about the puck drop, and he still went in with his head like a bull and won the face-off the way he wanted. They let it go, and then they end up with a freaking breakaway right up the middle because of it. Well, that's pretty good stuff from Denmark. They're sharp.
Russell won 3 of 5 in the opening period, played 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Jensen Abo played 7:57. And because of the penalty kill, Oliver Lawrenson was up at 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
There's another look at the collision, and Jensen Abo took him out in that slow motion so you don't get the impact. That's what happened technically. And because he did get hit hard by the defenseman, there's not much he could do. I'm sure what Denmark is saying is, hey, that guy looped in, came right through the crease area, and he was going to hit our goalie anyway. But there was no penalty on the play.
Third World Championship for George Sorensen, 0-2. And if you follow the World Junior Championship, which I know a lot of you do, 2015, if you remember when Denmark won its first ever game, there's a shot. Sorensen turns that one away from Tuck. Sorensen was part of that team that Toronto loved as the tournament went on. There's another chance. That got blocked in front of the net. Denmark picked up its first ever World Junior win. Sorensen was part of that team. He's won a league championship in Denmark with the Aalborg Pirates and is now in goal for Denmark. Slip to the near corner.
And it changes the look, too, for the U.S. shooters, because this guy's a lefty, and Dickau is a right-handed catching goalie. It does make a difference.
Bounced up at center. Perunovic will play this back to neutral ice. Morten Paulson will play it for Jesper Jensen Abo. Banks it off the boards. TJ Tynan breaks it up, tried to get it to Mazur. On the back track, taken away by Olsson. Or Anderson, rather. Nicholas Anderson out of his own zone. Has Olsson and Weisse with him. Tried to get it into the high slot, and Cutter Gauthier breaks it up and turns it up ice. 5 shots on goal in that first period for Cutter Gauthier. Tried to drive that one through, and it got blocked. Into the slot, Weisse couldn't get there ahead of Tynan, and Tynan slips this one in on Sorensen. And now Olsson takes exception to the Team USA players getting in on Sorensen.
This is a good line. They really started to come on as that first period was happening. Gauthier, Tynan, and Mazur. Really good combination of players. 2 shooters on the outside who are big and strong and fast. And TJ Tynan, who's the experienced guy. 73 assists during his regular season. That's a great combo, and you can tell that David Quinn is liking them more and more all the time, too.
So Cutter Gauthier, who leads this tournament in shots on goal. This gets cleared into the center ice area.
If you tell him he's first, I say he stays first the entire tournament. Looks like that's his kind of play, right?
He has 26 now. He entered the day at 21, had 5 in the opening period. Tyler Toffoli is in second spot. Martin Ravik of Slovakia, 18. Alex Tuck is in that department as well. Into the slot, quick shot, good save made by Sorensen off Coronado. Nicholas Anderson takes it away from Perbix. Anderson gets pinned to the corner boards by Lane Hudson, and it's up for Farrell. On for Coronado, tried to get it into the Denmark zone, could not. Banked off the backboards for Marcus Lauritsen. He'll send it on for Molgaard. Oscar Molgaard will play this in. Around the boards, O'Connor trying to get it in on the far side. Molgaard, 18 years of age. His first IIHF event for Denmark. And will get added to the list of Danish players drafted into the National Hockey League. Circling up top is Asimont. Leaves it there for Connor Garland. Garland being watched by Matthias Lassen. Lets one go, and a glove save made by George Sorensen, who sees his first action of this World Championship.
They've kind of given him a couple of warm-up shots, a couple of easy ones from outside, so Sorensen is warmed up now. That was the best one that he's seen. Coronado. Good shift here by this last line out there. The Asimont and Garland combination around in circles with some speed. I would say the one line that really hasn't had their usual effect yet is the Bonino Tuck Grimaldi combo that's out there now.
Face-off shot blocked, and here comes Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers will play it on for Russell. Russell tried to get it to the middle of the ice, cleared away by Connor Mackey. Ehlers on the near side. 4 goals in this World Championship for Nikolai Ehlers. On for Russell, who continues to lead all forwards in per game ice time. But it's cleared up at center, and Ehlers is there. Jensen Abo drops it back for Ehlers. Ehlers will send it cross ice. 4 goals in the tournament. 3 times in this tournament, Ehlers has opened the scoring in a game for Denmark. Chopped up at center and sent back in. And this will be an icing call against Denmark.
And that'll be the idea for Denmark all the way along here, is to chop things up when they need to. If the U.S. look like they're really ramping it up and they've got a lot of puck possession, they're on the attack, they're going in circles in the Denmark zone, take some whistles if you have to, and they're going to be physical. They're not going to let the U.S. go to the net and, you know, not get touched. They've roughed it up a little bit, as we've remarked before. Denmark's not afraid to get into the special team situation. They're pretty darn good. Although their power play has cooled as the tournament has gone on, it is capable. It has shown that.
Denmark does not have a third goaltender registered.
That's right. A good point.
Carter Mazur leaves this at the line. Tyler Cleven puts on the brakes against the checking of Nick Jensen. At the line for Thrun. Slips it around the boards. And taken and flipped out of harm's way by Russell. Ogard out there as Denmark starts a change. Comes around for TJ Tynan. Number 1 in face-offs in this tournament.
Good quick shot by Mazur there.
Bounces around. Another good stop for Sorensen. Mazur's had a good game.
Yeah.
Been involved. In across the line, wrist shot, that got blocked. Rebound, short side try. Gauthier slipping that across for TJ Tynan. Oliver Lauritsen. And this will get cleared out at center ice by Koksgaard. Back in for Team USA, and offside is called. Farrell brought it in, but on the near side, offside is called.
Probably the most consistently dangerous line. There's TJ Tynan trying a little touch play there. They're really good. Tynan, Mazur, and Gauthier, every line, every time out there, they get shots because Mazur and Gauthier, that's who they are. That's what they want. Give me the puck, get me anywhere near the net, I'm going to pull the trigger. And Tynan, who not only facilitates them. He also cleans up a lot of messes. And boy, they have a lot of rotation, a lot of movement in their game.
Gets bounced into the corner. After it is Olsson. Tries to work it free from the corner. Perbix will play it up the wall. Jammed up there with Farrell. Back for Perbix. On for Scott Perunovich. And he'll play it back for Perbix of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sends it up at center. Farrell gets a piece of it. Farrell stays with it. Comes up with it. Dropped it off for Anders Bjork. And this will end up in behind the Denmark net. And Marcus Lawrence in the long lead pass. This gets to center ice no further. Brown breaks it up. And then that play doesn't get anywhere. Taking it center ice. Pass intended for Matthias Asperup. He'll chase this into the corner. Asperup gets tied up there. Spins Dylan Sandberg around. Bow is trying to work it off the corner boards. Comes free. And grabbed off by Eyssimont. Eyssimont with a bank pass. Trying to bank that through for Drew O'Connor. Right back up the middle. Molgaard to the backhand. And stopped by DeSmith. Oscar Molgaard, the 18-year-old, with a chance to open the scoring in this game. And now an icing call against Team USA.
The U.S. wanted to make a line change, and so he had a couple of guys drift over to the left wing side. And then there's a bad turnover at the far blue line, and whoops, now all of a sudden you've got a complete breakaway. And that was just a plain miss. He's gotten the goaltender beaten, and he just can't hang on to it. Molgaard comes in with speed, one good move. You get the goaltender to flatten out. There's lots of room there, and it just rolled off his stick.
Connor Garland to the blue line. Jensen Abo pinches in. Garland wins the battle. Sends it on for Eyssimont. Eyssimont has O'Connor headed for the front of the net. Couldn't get it to him. And Denmark back up the ice. Jensen Abo on for Jensen. Jensen cuts to the far side. Sends it down for Ehlers. Has Russell in front. And the puck bounced around. Russell and Jensen both took a whack at it, but it's cleared out at center, and Connor Garland trying to play it back in, hits the rounded glass by the bench, and that'll bring about a stoppage in play. No score, Denmark and USA. Team USA sitting on top of Group A, 4 3-point wins, so sitting with 12 points. Sweden in behind, and I'm sure this has been talked about lots, and it's out there on Twitter a lot, that William Nylander has decided to not join Sweden, so Sweden will go with what it has for a roster. Alex Tuck plays this to an open corner. Oliver Lauritsen is after it. Swings it ahead for Frederick Storm, who sends it on for Mikkel Boedker. Boedker gets around the checking of Connor Mackey. And now Mackey takes it away, and then Mackey gets stripped of the puck by Frederick Storm. Driven off the backboards by Gammelgaard. Chipped into the corner for Morten Paulson. His pass gobbled up by Rocco Grimaldi. And Grimaldi will play it in. Again, George Sorensen in goal for Team Denmark after Frederick Dickau shaken up in the opening period. Grimaldi, backdoor score play, no one there. Sorensen came across with Grimaldi.
I don't think Tuck expected to get that. I think he was waiting, looking at the net, waiting for the shot to go in, and the pass went right by his stick.
Mazur let the shot go, and Sorensen makes the save on the short side.
What a chance missed after Rocco Grimaldi had a terrific shift. He'll pull the puck out of the wall, and he just makes this line go. Look at that move back into the inside, and then watch Tuck. He was tied up for a second, but he just didn't seem ready for this pass to come across. Nice job by Grimaldi. He just gets the goaltender. He's looking at the goal. He's saying, okay, I got the goaltender pulled over here. One of you guys get open. I'm just going to throw it in front of the net. And nobody in a blue jersey could get a handle on it.
12 points for Team USA, 11 for Sweden, 10 for Finland. Finland has played one more game than Team USA and Sweden. This is the 5th game. Shot by Gauthier, and that whistle over top the net.
Boy, has that kid got a gun. Holy mackerel. He's got a big-time slap shot, and that was quite the wrist shot by Cutter Gauthier. He's got some moves, too. Like, he wants it. He wants to get into that scoring area. Look at this. Nice little fake and pull back again, and that one Sorensen just barely got an elbow on. This game is going along the way the American games have gone. Americans only scored 2 first-period goals. The other 16 goals they have scored are in the combination of the second and third periods combined.
127 shots on goal for there's Sorensen. Another stop for Team USA coming into this game, and they've added 21 so far in this one. But Dickow and now Sorensen solid in goal.
If the scouting report, and I'm sure it was the Benino line is the most dangerous, I think Denmark might be looking and changing their mind right now. It's the Gauthier, Tynan, Mazur combination that's really giving them fits.
Then by far the best USA unit in this game. There's another shot by Gauthier, and that goes off the body and out of play.
I like lines that are willing to just shoot the puck from everywhere, and there's a really good look. I mean, Sorensen did a heck of a job here. Good play by that line again. The puck is on the wall, and then they clear it out into the middle of the ice. And then Gauthier, who's got a lot of moves and a lot of movement to his game, but he wants that puck in the back of the net. He's got that hunger to shoot the puck and want the puck.
Gauthier had 7 shots in a game earlier this tournament, and he's up to 7 here now in this game. Anders Bjork trying to lose the checking of Matthias Lassen. Lassen stays with him, knocked him down, and Hansen Bau will get this out at center ice. Matthias Bau after it. Bau maybe an odd man rush. Bau comes across looking for Lordson at the line, but the pass misses him. And taken now by Connor Mackey, and he'll play it for Lane Hudson. Hudson maybe has the nicest goal of this tournament. USA changing. Be careful with that. Sean Farrell will send this in. And George Sorensen plays it around the boards. Asperup was there to chop it out to center ice. And Team USA on the regroup. Carried in by Asamond. Asamond trying to wrap it around. And Drew O'Connor gets taken to the net. And it comes off the pegs. We're going to stop it scoreless. Seldrup is the 3rd goaltender that I believe is here with Denmark. They have not registered him as of yet, but they may have to now with the injury to Frederick Dickow.
Yeah, he finished that first period, but it was a big-time collision. So whatever it is, it got to him during that intermission. They're not going to take any chances. Meanwhile, Sorensen's done a really nice job here. They're coming out to fix the net. There was a big collision. O'Connor got taken into the net pretty heavily, and it knocked it off its mooring.
Here's some of Cutter Gauthier's work in this game tonight.
They've had crossing patterns. They've had extended time on the power play. He's a lefty on the right wing side. Just get it anywhere near him. He seems to have a pretty big wheelhouse. That one wrist shot that he took just exploded off his stick, and there you see a nice little move in tight to the backhand. So this young man showing a lot of different abilities when the puck gets on his stick. He is Philadelphia Flyers property.
Shots this period 7-0 in favor of Team USA. So just like the game against Germany in the second period, it seems with that long change, Denmark gets a little passive. They were outshot 13-2 by Germany in the second period.
Well, I give the U.S. a heck of a lot of credit, because each line that's come out, they come out with that puck possession game, and when they get it inside the blue line, again, we've remarked several times, Dennis, about in this tournament, width of the ice makes a difference. Entries into the zone are not a problem. I mean, virtually every time a team attacks, they're going to get in the zone. Maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 might get stopped at the blue line or in the neutral zone. So once you get in there, and if you have the speed that the U.S. does, you get the puck along the wall, and you have guys who just want puck possession, like Connor Garland's a good example. They're in the zone for a few seconds and sometimes a minute and a half.
This gets put off the glass and back out to center ice. Speaking of goaltenders, Leonardo Giannoni has played 2 games. He stopped 30 of 30. He's yet to allow a goal against. Here's some terrific statistics and numbers for goaltenders in this tournament. Lars Johansson of Sweden and Sam Montembeault of Canada. They've both played 2 games. They've both stopped 46 of 47. So their save percentage is identical at .978, and their goals against average is identical at .48. Jesper Wallstedt has a goals against average of .50, and it's 4th. This game still looking for its first tally. Morten Poulsen gets to center, away from him. Alex Tuch will chase it down. And play back for Scott Perunovich. Nice pass onto the stick of Alex Tuch, and another save by Sorensen.
And I think what the U.S. has done, too, when David Quinn said the best defensive team in the tournament so far is Denmark. So I think what he said is, guys, don't overpass the puck. Don't look for too many plays. Shoot the puck. And he's got the guys who are just licking their lips right here. You saw Tuch shoot again. Morten
Poulsen lets the shot go, and that's off the right shoulder of Casey DeSmith. I think we'll see whether that is registered as a shot on goal or not. We can't forget the chance that Oscar Molgaard had on the breakaway. Looked like he had Casey DeSmith beaten.
Yep, he got a piece,
like
all right.
It's off the shoulder.
Yep. Yeah, DeSmith has been outstanding. I mean, been player of the game twice. That pretty much tells you all. Very sharp in all aspects of the game.
His goals against average is 1.50, and it's 7th best.
Doesn't even register.
His save percentage coming into the game is 5th best in this tournament, so he's been really good. Both goaltenders, Cal Peterson and Casey DeSmith, have had to be good in the opening periods. Dave Quinn talked about that with Lindsey Hamilton before the game, that he has not been happy with their starts. And they had lots of shots on goal in that opening period. They had 2 power plays, and yet Casey DeSmith had to make a couple of real good saves. Short-handed breakaway by Frederick Storm.
Yeah, I guess you could say they've kind of been careful and sort of feeling their way into games, and the coach doesn't want that. He wants them hit the ground running for sure. And the goaltenders in both cases, as you said, Dennis, when they've given up chances, they went, okay, boys, are we ready to go here? Yeah, let's get going.
Heinz Ehlers talked about he did not want his team to be passive in this game, but here in the second period again, it has been a challenge for Denmark to get shots on goal. Czechia up on Norway 2-0, and Czechia just killing a 5-minute major penalty. Czechia, one of the powerhouses over on the other side, along with Canada and Switzerland. Canada and Switzerland play this afternoon.
I think Denmark's just really playing, Dennis, bend but don't break. They're doing the best they can, but they can't stay with the speed. They are defending in the middle of the ice. They're doing what they have to do as we get another whistle knocked down with a high stick, I believe.
Finland and Austria, our second game here, and then Sweden, France tonight.
So Denmark, and especially in a second period where they've spent a fair amount of time in their own zone, even in the first period. So I think even more so in the second, because line changes are so difficult, not getting stranded for too long, not getting run into the ditch, and having guys exhausted out there, and that's where you give up a goal. This may very well end up being a 1-0 win for either team, the way things have gone. So the U.S. is accomplishing what they want, everything but getting the pucks in the back of the net. And Denmark, I think, is going, okay, so far so good. Yeah, we'd like a few shots.
Now, having said that, Denmark does not need a lot of shots to score. 17 goals on 112 shots coming into this game. So a scoring efficiency of 15.1%, which was tops in the tournament. Nick Olofsson trying to deflect that one. Cleared away by Lane Hudson, and it's up at center ice. And across for Carter Mazur, leaves for Tynan, on for Gauthier, and another save by Sorensen on another opportunity from Gauthier. Kept in at the line by Hudson, turned over, and here comes Olofsson. He'll get the center, went to dump it in deep, and Nick Perbix knocked it down.
That Tynan line looks like they played together all season long, or maybe for 5 years in a row. What an attack that was. Crisscrossing and dipping and diving and getting the shot away.
Krogsgaard sends the deep, and USA right back up the ice. This gets turned over, and Matthias Bau will bring it in. Perunovic rubs him out and gets support there from Coronado, who plays it up for Brown, and Patrick Brown will send it in. To the backboards for Jensen Abel. They pile into the corner. Coronado there, squirts to the far side. Farrell is after it for Coronado. Back for Farrell, trying to bring it to the front of the net. Misfired on his shot attempt, plays it back at the line. Tyler Clevin will skate it across the line, sends it down for Coronado. In for Brown. Patrick Brown watched by Koch, and it's cleared into the corner. Farrell lets the shot go. All sorts of bodies in front of the net. Perunovic back to Farrell. He had Coronado on the near post here with some room, and Coronado couldn't handle it cleanly. Pressure here by this USA line. Finally grabbed off. Asperup will tie it up in the corner, and he'll play it to open ice, and a little bit of time now for Jensen Abel, the captain of this Denmark team, sends it on for Koch. Koch's pass turned over. Benino trying to get to the backhand. Following up was Grimaldi, and a big save by Sorensen. Here comes Bodker. He'll carry in with Storm. Bodker spins and fires it in behind the net. Thrun is there to play it up, but Bodker jumps on the loose puck. Mikkel Bodker trying to get it back to the line. Storm is there. Benino is there. Alex Tuck trying to clear. And finally, Frederick Storm is on it. Tight quarters. He'll leave it for Bodker. Lassen for Lawrenson, and Lawrenson blasted that one wide. Matthias Lassen for Morten Paulson. Paulson back for Frederick Storm. Lawrenson blasts another one off her stick and over top the net. Frederick Storm trying to get that bouncing puck to settle down, could not, and Benino will spring Grimaldi. Grimaldi will put it in behind the net. Both teams in need of a change. Connor Garland works it off the sideboards, and for Dylan Sandberg, and are they calling a crease violation on O'Connor? Play gets whistled down. Scoreless here in the second.
Old guy knocks him in.
So two big-time storylines to this game. Cutter Gauthier, who now has 8 of the 25 shots on goal. And George Sorensen and Frederick Dickau, who have stopped all of those and all 25. Sorensen taking over for Dickau here in the second period. There was a collision with Patrick Brown in the opening period. Dickau did finish the period, but did not come out for the start of the second. Back at the line, Krogsgaard lets the shot go. Comes around to the left point, Gamelgaard. Denmark has pretty much used all 8 defensemen dressed in this game.
Yeah, they're probably figuring they have to. They were going to be under siege.
Jensen Ehlers, stop made by Casey DeSmith. Sandberg plays it on for O'Connor, and he'll send it in.
And even on the last shift, Sorensen got bailed into as well. It's, I think it was O'Connor got knocked down and slid right into him.
Another turnover by Denmark. Lane Hudson will hold it in, gets it for TJ Tynan. Comes at the line for Cleven. Cleven with the wrister, that sailed high. And this gets put off the boards, and they will get cleared. Olsen or Anderson will put it back into his own zone. Ehlers sends it on for Russell. And we'll get a line change. Ehlers has been guilty of a couple in his own zone. We're not getting enough on the pass. Now it's turned over in the Team USA zone. Olsen will put it in behind the net. Anderson goes in with a bump on Cleven. This goes down the ice, and it'll be an icing call against Team USA with 2:28 to go in the second period of a scoreless game.
Boy, this has been a real tempo, fast-played game. One of the few chances that Denmark has had, and they get it right to their gunner, Nikolai Ehlers, who does not make a great shot. That's right in the middle of the net. Started off the tournament with a couple of power play goals. He was dancing all over the place. He is still their leading scorer coming into this with 4 goals and 3 assists. He averages about 18 minutes a game.
TJ Tynan continues to be one of the best face-off takers in this World Championship. Does not win that one, though, against Christian Weisse. Shot from the line, and now Casey DeSmith makes another stop.
Yeah, there's been some arguing about face-offs. Both teams realize that you got to be sharp at it. And Tynan not taking anything from anyone. He was having conversations with Russell before. Russell was able to get a drop on him, I think, earlier in the game, and spring one of their guys on a power play, on a breakaway. So they're arguing about the face-offs.
Tynan came in at 68% in the face-off department. Thrun sends it off the boards and out the center, off the skates of Jensen Abo, and Sorensen will snap it all the way out to the USA blue line. York goes back into his own zone, and Thrun will send it in. This gets played around the boards. Bjork trying to glove it down. Holding the line is Connor Mackey. Gets it for Patrick Brown. Koch after it in the corner, ties his man up. And they'll get a scrum going with 1:40 left in period number 2. And this gets away from Connor Mackey. Casey DeSmith will circle back. Dennis Bayak, Brian Engblom, Bucky Buchanan, our producer, Lindsay Hamilton here in Tampere. And this will be another icing call against Team USA.
Yeah, still 0-0, and I'll bet you Denmark is feeling pretty good about that. They have spent a lot of time in their own zone, and the U.S. has got to be feeling pretty good the fact that they've done a lot of good things. They have created a lot. They've shot the puck a lot. They've pushed Denmark back time and time again. They just haven't found the back of the net. They've made very few mistakes defensively, the U.S. have.
Another face-off win. Lauritsen gets this one for Storm. He tried to go cross ice, and Alex Tuck breaks it up. And Tuck will carry it back in. Marcus Lauritsen with that long reach poked it off of his stick. Plays it back for Matthias Lassen, and Lassen will send it on for Mikkel Bodker. Bodker tried to tee the wrist shot up. couldn't get it away against the checking of Scott Perunovic. Into the final minute of the second period. And Mackey will play it on for Connor Garland. And through for Coronado. Played for Perunovic. Back it goes to the left side for Dylan Sandberg with the shot. So a bit of a different look there. Grimaldi, Coronado, and Tuck. The line for Team USA, and it may have simply been a face-off situation.
It's a well-played game. You know, there are not a lot of mistakes by either team. The U.S. has had the puck an awful lot. And Denmark, as we said, that the U.S. coach is well aware that Denmark just doesn't give up much, and you have to work for everything you're going to get. So they are shooting from everywhere. It's the way to do it.
There's been lots of scoring chances for both teams. Here comes Patrick Russell out there now to give chase. And this gets grabbed off by Christian Weisse, who was out there for the face-off. Cleared out to the blue line area, no further. Taken now by Russell, and Russell will spin this into the Team USA zone. And now Weisse will go to the bench, and Nikolai Ehlers will come out. Dying seconds of period number 2. One last chance. Nope, Nikolai Ehlers takes it away, and it's out the center.
This game has kind of lived up to the billing. We were hoping it would be like this. Lots of action. The U.S. with the puck a lot. Denmark creating a few chances. Still 0-0 the scoreboard.
Shots 25-12. 57% of the face-offs won by Denmark. Scoreless after 40 minutes on TSN.
Tanska 5, USA 10. In Riga, the score between Team Norway and Team Czechia. Second period 0-2. Riikassa tilanne ottelussa Norja Tsekki toisessa erässä.
Hell of a period, boys. Keep building on that.
Det er fint, at sidst hvor jeg følte dem, men det er mega tydeligt, så du tror, du kan finde noget andet. Og så det er ret tydeligt, det vi gør. Jeg tror, de skifter. Jeg ved, du har ham, så ved jeg, du har ham. Super, godt jo. Godt løst ud i det hele taget. Også der er de store chancer på i testen her. Ja. Godt lagt ud. Det er stærkt. Godt arbejde. Godt arbejde, boys. Stærk Lago.
Real-time game updates at your fingertips. Find the show notes in the IIHF app. Explore the action and dive into a new digital world. Play and win amazing prizes. Available on all smart devices in multiple languages. The 2023 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
we're good. Good job, guys. Good job.
No change! No change! No change! No change! No change! Yeah, I see that. Hey, no change!
High stick. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. No, no, no. It's above your head, Connor. It's above your head. Yes. Yeah, you're bent over. It's above your head.
Skate, skate! Good!
Old guy! Old guy! Old guy knocks him in!
Let's go, twos. That's Buzz. Buzz, yeah, that's Buzz. Keep firing the code. Yep.
Casey DeSmith, 12 for 12, and George Sorensen and Frederick Dickau perfect as well. Sorensen stopping 10 that he is faced in the second period after replacing Frederick Dickau. Cutter Gauthier continues to lead the way in shots on goal with 8 of the 25 that Team USA has. Big time minutes for the usual players for Denmark. Jesper Jensen Abo, 16 minutes and 24 seconds so far in this game. Patrick Russell, 13-21. And then in the face-off department, Christian Weiss has won 9 of 13 for Denmark. And we've seen Heinz Ehlers do something you don't see a lot in European hockey. He has put Weiss out for some face-offs. And back to the front of the net, a chance, and off the stick of Eyssimont as Sorensen was trying to scramble back into position.
This is something this line does really well. They do unexpected things. They do surprising things. They do quick things. From the corner, right into the blue paint. The rebound is out. Eysimont's in good shape, but he just doesn't get anything on it. Boy, has he had some chances in this World Championships and just can't cash in. He's had breakaways and it hasn't gone in for him. Penalty coming up.
It's a holding penalty, and it's going to Eyssimont.
And he was looking at the ref going, is it him or me? What do you mean it's me? And he's still arguing as he goes to the bench. He thought it should have been the other way around, but
Team USA penalty, number 23.
See what happened here in the corner. Who's holding who? I see his point. I see his point, yeah. Said, hey, what do you mean it's me?
There was either both guys going for holding or really nobody going for holding.
Or turn the music up.
So a first power play of the game now for Denmark. Denmark's power play very good, 6 for 13. Which is tops in the World Championship. They had no power plays against Germany. And now finally get the first power play of this game. Out of the zone now for Lauritsen. On for Patrick Russell. Russell forced to the outside by Tuck. Cuts back to the middle. Dishes off for Frederick Storm. Storm up top for Ehlers. Ehlers plays it at the line. Marcus Lauritsen. Back for Nikolai Ehlers. And back for Lauritsen. Jensen's on the near side. Ehlers trying to get it back down low. Knocked off of his stick. And this gets cleared. Does this go clean out?
Yep.
So a 5-on-3 for a full minute. Coming for Denmark.
Mackey's gone. Ehlers is fortunate here because he had a careless turnover. And the U.S. get on top of him, and then Mackey gets it and just gets too much air underneath it. So now a critical spot His power play that hadn't had a chance all game long now goes on a 5-on-3 with lots of time to work on the 5-on-3, a full minute.
Early in period number 3. Face-off win by Patrick Russell. Lauritsen on for Russell. And he'll drop it for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers on the 5-on-3 walks it in and blistered it wide. And a good read off the backboards by Dylan Sandberg to get it down the ice. There's a couple of Winnipeg Jets out here on this power play. Ehlers sends it around the boards. Frederick Storm lets it go to Jensen. Jensen will play it all the way back. And hustling to keep it in was Russell. He'll get it on for Nikolai Ehlers. 20 seconds in the 5-on-3. Ehlers gets it back up top. Gets it for Lauritsen. Lauritsen looking for some open ice and deflected away. Good defensive play by Bonino.
What a great stick by Bonino. Denmark just seems to be winging this, though. They don't seem to have any plan at all.
Agree. Shot to the short side, save made by DeSmith. Russell, after the rebound and poked away from him, and Dylan Sandberg is going to snap it off the boards. Eyssimont out of the penalty box, and Ehlers had to be careful with him.
Denmark undid themselves. They have guys moving around, kind of looking at each other like, okay, you're going that way, I'll go this way. Boy, that's a big opportunity missed on a full minute of 5-on-3.
Far more structure on their 5-on-4 than there was on their 5-on-3. Farrell will send this to the line. This gets kept in. Near side from Mikkel Boedker. Boedker gets it to the goal line. Bow in front of the net, tried to get it to the forehand. Then Tyler Clevin will clear it out. So each team has been 2 men short in this game. Team USA for a longer period. Here comes Nick Olofsson, plays it back for Boedker. At the line, Jesper Jensen, the shot. That got turned away. And bounced out at center ice, and now out of the penalty box is Connor Mackey. 2 shots on that power play for Denmark, and this game remains scoreless. Connor Garland will carry it in. What an opportunity for Denmark. They've been outplayed, outchanced, and a 5-on-3 for a full minute.
They really made liars out of me because they said, boy, what a great power play, and they set the tone in their very first game. Their power play was outstanding, all kinds of movement. And they did have movement on that one, but it was disorganized, and it's if they were reading off each other on the fly with no idea of what they wanted to accomplish. And that was surprising based on every other power play we'd seen from them in this tournament.
Ends up in the Denmark bench.
Nokia, you've been amazing today. Let's see how much noise you can make. I got to 3, 1, 2, 3.
There's a chance that Bow had.
Good job by Casey DeSmith as usual. He jams him. Very active stick. Real nice work there with the stick. And then he gets some help by Clevin to clear it out. That's how it's supposed to work. Down low, your goaltender makes the first save, and your D-men are supposed to be there, help clean up the mess.
Lowest scoring game we've had on this side was opening day when Sweden beat Germany 1-0. Taken by Dylan Sandberg. Plays it on for Coronado. This was offside. Coronado does get it into the net. But offside was called at the line, and that's going to draw some attention.
You know what? In his defense, there have been times over the last couple of days, Dennis, where I hear people, because they whistle a lot, right, in Europe, and I hear people whistling in the audience, and I thought, it's been the whistle of the referees at times. And he's ready to shoot the puck, and he's in motion. Obviously, the goaltender gave up. He heard the whistle. Either that or he was beaten so cleanly he was able to cover it up. I'm not so sure. It was a heck of a shot. But at any rate, there was a discussion about shooting the puck after the whistle, and everybody understands now.
So the top line for Denmark comes back out, and it's against the Tynan line with Mazur and Gauthier. This time round, Cleared out at center. And brought in by Anders Cox. Lets the shot go. And that goes off a stick. And up and down a play.
951. Thank you for coming.
Couple of power plays, and both teams penalty killing, doing a good job. Nice work there on the rush by Perunovic. Perunovic has had a good game. He's a very active D-man. He can get up the ice. He's on the power play, often on the first power play unit. Perunovic is, but that was nice work with the stick there to get that one up and over the glass to the netting.
Just under 9,000 for this opening game on a triple header Saturday, USA and Denmark. It'll be full for the next game, Austria and Finland. And then Sweden and France will close out the triple header.
I'm sure the Finn fans are out there getting primed up.
Oh yeah.
Game coming up. It is Saturday, right? Day off for a lot of people.
Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. The patios are open. Nick Olofsson will send this on for Visa, trying to jam it in. And Nicholas Anderson ahead of the play, so offside called. So a slow start here to this third period, other than the two-man advantage that Denmark enjoyed for a minute.
Well, against the team that had given up the fewest chances, Denmark, the U.S. has found a way to create a lot of chances. I mean, they've done a really good job, both on the rush and once they get inside the zone. They've done a real nice job. Their motion has caused Denmark fits at times. They've gotten in the scoring area. They've had good shots, and they have shot from everywhere. That's why they got 27 shots already, pretty much a full game's worth.
Marcus Lorentzen chips this on for Matthias Lassen. He'll send it on for Mikkel Bodker. Bodker got bowled over there by Connor Mackey. Into the slot, on and off the stick of Drew O'Connor, the Ivy League Player of the Year with Dartmouth. Sent up at center ice, deflected in. Morten Paulson going after it. Connor Mackey there first. The Arizona Coyotes started the year with the Calgary Flames, involved in the deal that saw the Ritchie brothers switch teams. Bow will play this all the way around the boards. Krogsgaard will jump on it, and Krogsgaard gets pasted to the corner boards. Bow, and he got spilled, and Connor Mackey's going to get a penalty. So Mackey to the penalty box for the second time in this period. Connor Mackey to the penalty box for hooking, and Denmark to the power play for the third time in this period. They had a minute 5-on-3 advantage that they didn't do much on. They'll try and get a little more organized here on the 6-on-5. Back it comes at the line. Ehlers with the shot to Smith, the save, rebound, scramble at the side of the net. Frederick Storm jammed it across the crease, but there was no one on the near side. Jensen, Lawrence, and Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers trying to get that for Frederick Storm. It comes off a leg, cleared, kept in at the line by Lawrenson. Rink wide for Nick Jensen. Jensen the shot, rattled that one off of Sandberg. And now Sandberg with a big hit in behind the net. Centered short side off the side of the net by Storm. Jensen is on it, back for Lawrenson, on for Ehlers. Ehlers in for Frederick Storm. Back for Nick Jensen. And that shot another block. This one by Bonino. And Smith will come out and jump on the loose puck.
What a beautiful save. Now you're starting to see the power play that we saw early on in this tournament. Denmark really moving the puck around on Nick Jensen, who's been, for me, their best player of the tournament. He takes his time. But an excellent push here by Casey DeSmith. Watch him push out against Jensen. That was a key. He's really good in that action off to his right. He's good at tracking the puck from behind the net, but the way he pushed out at Jensen and had the fingers up on his glove. I mean, he was ready for that top corner, which is where Jensen likes to go, and he made a big glove save.
Heinz Ehlers leaves that top line out there. And a face-off win by the Team USA, and this will get cleared down the ice. Ehlers will wind it up. He'll drop it back for Lauritsen. Lauritsen mishandled it, and then he tried to go cross ice for Ehlers. Was intercepted. Ehlers tight turn, swings it to open ice for Jensen. And Nick Jensen will bring it in. Thrun stays on him, but he'll send it back for Lauritsen. Lauritsen back for Nick Jensen and back for Lauritsen. Lauritsen back for Jensen. Very aggressive, the U.S. penalty kill. Lauritsen winds it up and drills it. That hit a body. Patrick Russell back for Jensen. It got away from him. And O'Connor will send it on for Patrick Brown. Brown takes it to the outside. He's going to kill off some seconds. And now Jesper Jensen-Abo's on it. So another penalty kill for Team USA, barring a late strike here. Although Connor Mackey on his feet on the box and out. 2 shots on the power play. Alex Tuck pressures Sorensen. Sorensen will clear. Kept it at the line. No, poked away. Here comes Bow trying to break away. And the speed just wasn't there. And a penalty coming up to Denmark. Sandberg pulls another man over. This one was Koch. And a power play coming for Team USA. Sandberg has been a bowling machine for Team USA.
I'll say now the U.S. gets a chance on their power play. Poulsen gets the wrap around there. Yep, and pulls down T.J. Tynan. We saw a shot of Heinz Ehlers, Denmark coach. He was livid. He thought there should have been a penalty on the U.S. and there he is, that incredulous look. Yeah, you can work the refs any way you want, but bottom line is the U.S. on the power play here.
So the third power play of the hockey game for Team USA. Alex Tuck on for Nick Bonino. Perunovic, Bonino for Cutter. Gauthier wasn't in the wheelhouse. Gauthier settles it down. Banks it back for Perunovic. On for T.J. Tynan. Tynan takes a look, trying to find a passing lane. Tynan down to the goal line for Tuck. Tuck up top for Perunovic. Perunovic for Gauthier, and he slammed that one wide. And around the boards it comes and out the center. Tynan circles back on for Alex Tuck. Tuck hits the line, dished it off for Bonino. Bonino got double teamed on the far side. Puck is loose. And Matthias Lassen first on it, kept in at the line by Perunovic. Gets it for Tynan. Tynan walks it in. Tynan for Tuck. Tuck trying to get it back for Tynan. Tied up there with Abo. Tynan walks it in. Tuck backdoor for Gauthier. Gauthier trying to work it to the net. Shot, scores! Cutter Gauthier finally finds the back of the net with what might be his 10th shot of this hockey game, and a power play goal by Team USA, and it's 1-0.
I watched them a lot on this power play, just looking for the seam, feeling for the seam. Didn't matter if his defenseman had the puck or if Tuck had it, or it didn't matter who. Feeling the seam, where do I get open? But look at these moves. Look at these hands here. And look at the calmness under pressure and in knowing where the net is. Terrific. Nice job just to handle that. But the quickness there and the quick release, He had his hands away from his body an awful lot. Sometimes he'll pull it back into his feet to change the angle. But that time, that release from that far away from his body, getting it on the toe of the blade and then throwing it right up under the bar. Tough for the goaltender to react to that. What a goal by Gauthier.
Out to center ice for Holgard. Plays this in. Asperup is after it. Holgard looks for some open ice. Tried to drop it off there for Jensen Abo. Cleared out. Connor going after it, so Alex Tuck with one of the assists. Another turnover and a short side try. And Connor Garland tried to go back up to that same corner. And this one goes up and out of play. 1-0 USA. Peter Gauthier with the power play goal. Team USA up 1-0. Team USA trying to get to 5-0. 2018, they started 6-0, took home bronze. Trying to stay ahead of Sweden and Finland. Well, Finland will play its 6th game of the World Championship. And this will get cleared, and it bounces back down the ice. This gets cleared in. It's interesting. Finland will play its 6th game before Sweden will play its 5th game. The way the schedule is, they wanted the host team to play on this Saturday afternoon. Big game this afternoon over in Riga, Canada and Switzerland. In across for Patrick Russell, back for Jensen, fires it, and Casey DeSmith at the top of the crease, out the challenge, and makes a big save as Nick Jensen looks skyward.
That's who they want to shoot the puck. It's either him or Nick Ehlers. Those are the two wingers on the top line. And Jensen, who's been terrific in these World Championships, will look for Casey DeSmith. So they'll take note of that. But I'm sure DeSmith was checking off the boxes there mentally. Okay, no chance for a pass off to the side to catch me out of the net by 5 feet, because he was out there way above the paint. Terrific challenge and made the save look easy.
And you're right, it's amazing how quickly goaltenders can compute all of that.
Yep.
Jensen Abo, his pass up the middle off a stick, and Alex Tuck will wire one in on George Sorensen.
He's another one, Alex Tuck. He just loads and fires. He's not looking for a little toe drag or anything like that. I think that should be a lesson to a lot of guys. Not even just here in the tournament, but in the NHL. In the top of the circle in a situation like that, that was the right play. You get a turnover like that and you pull the triggers. You go back to Gauthier, who's the biggest trigger man in this game by far, and the biggest trigger man in the tournament so far.
Connor Mackey lets it go. Off the backboards, grabbed off by Alex Tuck. Tuck turns to the forehand. Sorensen turns that away. And Frederick Storm is on it. Storm will play it up. Morton Poulsen will one-hand it in. Poulsen and Connor Mackey to the backboards. Frederick Storm will try and pull it out of the pile that he does. Storm will play it back Koch will go for Jesper Jensen-Abo, back for Mikkel Bodker. And the pass intended for Paulson was intercepted. Comes around the boards. Jensen-Abo tried to drive that one in deep, blocked by Connor Garland. And then Connor Garland stripped of the puck by Mikkel Bodker. 2008 OHL championship with Kitchener for Mikkel Bodker. 709 NHL games. And speaking of junior hockey, congratulations to the Seattle Thunderbirds, Western Hockey League champions, as they eliminate the Winnipeg Ice with a 3-1 win last night. The other two series will go to Game 6 as Halifax over Quebec Remparts last night and London beating Peterborough last night. So those series will go to Game 6.
So much to watch at this time of the year. Junior championships, narrowing down the NHL playoffs, and of course this great world championship we got here.
Another overtime game in the NHL last night. Didn't quite go as long as Florida and Carolina did. In fact, that one ended rather early. As Vegas winning over Dallas.
That's the way it should be. I mean, even in the playoffs, when you get to 4 overtimes, Derek, it's everybody just wants a goal, right? You just can't concentrate anymore. 1 overtime, that's fun. 4 overtimes, not so much.
How difficult is that going to be for those two teams to recover?
Yeah, that's a good question. It all depends on how nicked up you are. I think, you know, it takes the legs out of your top players who are getting most of the ice time. It definitely has an effect.
Cutter Gauthier plays this to the goal line in front of the net for Mazur. The puck came loose. Whistle went.
Yeah, he just got his stick in there. Mazur just kind of flicked at it there, and he did loosen it up. The referee had already blown it down. Mazur stuck his nose in there, man. Mazur, Tynan, and Gauthier, for my money, has been the most effective line as far as being a threat virtually every time out there. Now, every line has had their own kind of MO. That Garland, Eastman, O'Connor line, they just buzz around and they create all kinds of havoc in there as well too, but don't have the effect on the scoreboard or their ability to actually get those great shots on net and finish off their plays.
Cleven's shot comes all the way around the boards. Lead pass for Connor Garland and a save made. Garland chases this to the far side. The top teams do during the tournament enjoy get a couple of days back-to-back off. U.S. is coming off a couple of off days. Finland will play today, and then Finland will have Sunday, Monday off and not play again until Tuesday. At the line, Tyler Cleven will play it down low for Connor Garland. Garland gets rubbed out on the play by Patrick Russell. Team USA stays on it though. Getting knocked down there and right back up into the fight was Anders Bjork. And now it is cleared back, or rather Asimont, and cleared right back into the Team USA zone. Cleven with under 6 to go here in the third period, and the U.S. hanging on to the 1-0 lead. A power play goal by Gauthier here in the third. Jensen-Abo leads all players in this World Championship in per-game ice time. Up at center it goes. Molgaard, the youngster, will carry it in. Molgaard turns to the forehand, sends it for Bow. Matthias Bow works it off the corner. Gets bumped hard into the corner boards, gets up rather slowly. Stays in the play, though. It gets turned over at center, and Krogsgaard will send it in, and now Bow will make his way to the bench. Anders Bjork on for Farrell. And back for Bjork. Tied up there with Morten Paulson. Around to the right point, Perunovic will send it back down from where it came. Bjork, Perunovic, but this gets tipped away by Frederick Storm. Thrun up at center ice. Coronado jumps on the loose puck. Stripped of it there by Lauritsen. And played up the boards to the line. Perunovic trying to hold it in, can't. Storm goes after with Paulson, but it's cleared out to center. And Grimaldi has it. Grimaldi will drop it. Tuck the shot, scores! Alex Tuck takes the drop pass from Grimaldi, and a huge goal for Team USA. A little bit of breathing room. It's 2-0.
This is the way this line is supposed to work. Grimaldi through the neutral zone. He gets the puck and he just challenges a D-man one-on-one. And those feet are going 100 miles an hour. The turnover along the wall, you got to back up on him. And so he drops the puck, and then Alex Tuch does his thing. Uses defenseman as a screen. The defenseman's already way back because of what Grimaldi did to him. Now he's just trying to find a way to get his stick on stick or stick on puck on the Alex Tuch shot. He can't do it. Screens his goaltender, and Alex Tuch just, I mean, he's got a heavy shot, and that thing just jumped off his blade.
Sorensen got a piece of it, not enough.
Team USA, second goal, scored by number 89.
So a 2-0 lead for Team USA as they try to go to 5-0. Perunovic and Grimaldi with the assists on the goal. And we'll keep an eye on George Sorensen down 2. How soon will Heinz Ehlers go with the extra attacker? Mazur gets tied up there with Nick Anderson. And Tynan spins a backhander in on Sorensen. 2-0 USA, 3:56 in the third left. .56 on the clock. And Denmark, after starting off 3-0, lost a critical game to Germany. Trying to bounce back here in this one, but the team with the toughest schedule coming into today was Denmark, with games remaining against USA, Sweden, and Finland. Jammed up in the corner. Coronado trying to work it free. It ends up cross ice, and Olofsson will chip this in and going after it. Nicholas Anderson to the backboards, but it's around for Matt Coronado. Gets it up at center for Patrick Brown. Through for Farrell. Farrell circles inside the line, sends it deep. Brown, an Ottawa Senator, former Flyer, and gets turned over inside the Denmark zone and on for Russell. Russell plays it across, wrist shot from the left side. That sailed over top the net. As Nick Jensen off the bench as the top line for Denmark comes back out.
Another look at the goal and the great wheels of Grimaldi. So good off the wall. He turned the puck over on the wall near the center red line and just started motoring towards the D-man, and that got his attention, backed him off, and then Alex Tuch does his thing. That's why those two play so well together. They are totally different types of players, and they just get in sync and work off of each other and use each other's best attributes.
36 for Alex Tuch in Buffalo, 79 points. Former Minnesota Wild on to Vegas in the expansion draft. We welcome those who are watching Czechia's win over Norway. It's a 2-0 score here as well. Both goals coming in the third period. Dennis Bayak along with Brian Engblom. A power play goal by Cutter Gauthier, who has 10 shots on goal in this game. Finally broke the scoreless tie. And then Alex Tuch added one. There's George Sorensen. He did not start the game. Frederick Dickau injured in a collision with Patrick Brown in the first period.
Yeah, it wasn't Brown's fault. The defenseman, Jensen Abo, just crushed him right into the goaltender. Dickow finished that first period, but couldn't come out for the second. Sorensen's done a good job, but the U.S. has done a better job here, and they continue to go. This was a game where the U.S. has been generating tons of offense. They have been shooting from everywhere, led by Tuck, but particularly Gauthier, who's going to have to ice his arms down at the end of this game here because he's shooting from everywhere. He leads the tournament in shots on goal.
Alex Tuck looking at the empty nets, put it across for Perbix, and Perbix couldn't get that into the empty 6x4. And Denmark with the regroup now with 2 minutes to go here in the third period, and Denmark needing a couple. Punched away by the blocker of Casey DeSmith, who again has been rock solid for Team USA. Nick Jensen plays it back at the line. Jesper Abo plays it around for Russell. In for Bow. Matthias Bow tied up with Alex Tuck. After it, Nick Jensen plays it back at the line. Cross ice, Jesper Abo sends it on for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers off the leg, back to the near side. Jensen Abo on for Jensen. Nick Jensen trying to get that to the backside. It comes off a skate to Smith, makes the save off Russell. Ehlers is going to hold it in. He'll wire it from the line and whistles it wide. Kept in by Jensen Abo. Back for Nick Jensen, and another block by Dylan Sandberg, who has been terrific in this game for Team USA. This gets cleared all the way down the ice, and an icing call against Team USA.
Yep, that he has. Sandberg has been really good. They have frustrated the top line, especially of Denmark. Denmark has had some looks, but at the same time, the goaltender, Casey DeSmith, another outstanding game. Every time you think Denmark might be moving along, might get some offensive confidence, and Casey DeSmith just takes their hope away.
Denmark started 3-0 and then lost to Germany, and that was a critical loss. It looked as though when they were 3-0 that they were headed for a quarterfinal spot, and now all of a sudden, with 3 games left, including this one against USA and then Sweden and Finland, Denmark's going to have to come up with 4 or 5 points. And we had a quick look there at George Sorensen, and it's going to be, by the looks of it, on his shoulders to try and accomplish that with his teammates.
Well, he came in, did a heck of a job, and he proved to his teammates, yeah, I can stop the puck. So that question is settled, but they just have not been able to solve DeSmith. And the way the U.S. team has played, the U.S. had a lot of puck possession. They have executed this game about as well as they wanted to. They knew coming into this game that Denmark was #1 in the entire tournament in fewest chances given up against. And this one, ooh, I thought that was going to go in even off the bad bounce, but just squeaks by. So they had a really good game plan. They know they're going to have to work hard. Denmark knew that the U.S. is the fastest team in the tournament, and the U.S. has continued to prove that. Shift after shift, line after line, and this is a well-deserved, so far 2-0 lead. Looks like it's going to carry it through.
Perbix will play this around. This would assure that Team USA will play in the quarterfinals, but they have their sights set on top spot in Group A. This would be the 4th time that they start the tournament 5-0. In 2018, they started 6-0, won bronze. Back in 1933, the format was different. They won all 5 in a gold medal win. And then in 1931, before that, and this will put this one away with the empty net. Grimaldi is going to go and snap it in. And Team USA will win it all. 1931, they started with 5 wins, and they won a silver medal in that one, so Team USA will go to 5-0. So Tuck will leave that for Grimaldi, a goal and 2 assists for Alex Tuck in this game.
Nice execution again, all the way on. Watch Tuck here. He gets a little hip, and it doesn't even knock him off stride. And a nice job for a well-deserved assist for Rocco Grimaldi for a well-deserved goal. He really generates so much.
3rd of the tournament for Grimaldi. For Alex Tuck, that was his 4th of the tournament, his goal. And for Cutter Gauthier, that was his 3rd of the tournament. That's been the offensive scoring for Team USA. Just to make sure that Tuck wanted Grimaldi to put that in the empty net. Tuck turned and went to the bench for a change.
And the U.S. has served notice to teams that are scouting this game that they take their shots. I mean, they shoot from everywhere. They don't overpass. They don't have to work it right into the middle of the ice all the time in order to get those big opportunities. They've shown a lot in this game, hung in there, and this is an impressive 3-0 win.
And a 22-save shutout for Casey DeSmith, who came into this game with very good numbers, and they'll get better as he picks up his first World Championship shutout. Team USA defeats Denmark 3-0.
Yeah, full marks for them. They had every line playing well. We came in here knowing the Bonino-Tuck-Grimaldi combination was the #1 line, and they started the tournament off, and they were impressive. In this game in particular, I was really impressed with Tynan in the middle, Gauthier on the wing, and Carter Mazer on the other wing. They created so much. I think the most of any line for Team USA, shooting the puck from everywhere. Dennis, you talked about Gauthier having 10 shots on goal and scoring a goal to get things rolling. And you've also got the quickness of the O'Connor-Garland Asamon combination to give you a really different look. For them, they'll see if they can put some in the net later on, but everybody contributing in their own way in this victory.
Team USA will play France tomorrow. And then what appears to be shaping up as a first-place battle on Tuesday against Sweden.
Players of both teams will be awarded by
the player of the game presentations.
Official sponsor of the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Casey DeSmith is 2-0, 3-0 now, and was player of the game in both previous games that he played in. We'll see whether he can go 3 for 3. That Sweden-USA game, by the way, is Tuesday afternoon. Finland will play Tuesday night to close out the preliminary round. So Team USA enjoying a couple of off days, back into action, and a 3-0 impressive win over Denmark.
They were good in their own zone. They were good on offense. They were good on transition. You can pretty much check off every box, and they've continued to improve as they go along, too, Dennis.
Best player of Team Denmark, Ranskan paras pelaaja, number 89, numero 89, Mikkel Böttger.
Mikkel Böttger, the player of the game for Denmark. So Denmark will go to 3-2 now, and how quickly things change at this World Championship.
USA:n paras pelaaja, number 19, numero 19, Cutter Gauthier.
Cutter Gauthier is the player of the game for Team USA, and rightfully so, got what turned out to be the game-winning goal. Came on a power play in the 3rd period, but 10 shots on goal, we think it is for him in this game. And he leads this entire tournament in shots on goal.
And some moves to go with it, too. I mean, he's impressive with the puck. He's impressive with his speed and his size. Everything really good.
Team USA wins. Now the national anthem of the United States.
Ottamaan hatun päästä ja kuulemaan voittajajoukkue USA:n kansallishymni. Championship tournament will continue today in Nokia Arena at 4:20 p.m. with the game Team Austria against Team Finland. Welcome. Vuoden 2023 IIHF jääkiekon MM-kisat jatkuvat tänään Nokia Areenalla ottelulla Itävalta-Suomi kello 16:20. Tervetuloa. Ladies and gentlemen, the venue is empty between the games. See you soon. Arvoisa yleisö, areena tyhjennetään otteluiden välissä. Nähdään pian.
Some days it can be difficult to get through to each other. Other days, it could also be as simple as something else accidentally getting in the way. Then, suddenly, one day, the pieces fall into place without you being able to say exactly why. Irritating product, sweet console, all your problems at work. We are here to help you design a better workplace. Have a better day at work.
Mikhail, USA without a goal until the 49th minute of this game. What did you think about the battle Denmark displayed tonight?
I thought we played for the line on our chest, and we left it all out there. We had a 5-on-3 and a couple power plays that we didn't execute on, but overall I think we played a great match. They're a good team, and we knew that from the beginning, but we almost played to perfection today. We just couldn't score and find the one we needed to maybe get ahead, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
You had to rotate through two goalies today. Was that a challenge?
No, not at all. I thought George came in and did outstanding. Yeah, I think the other got hurt, so yeah, unfortunately we had to switch, but George came in and did great for us, so that wasn't the issue at all. I think we just ran out of gas a little bit at the end towards the end, and that sucks.
Your coach, Heinz Ehlers, has stressed the importance of taking it one game at a time. What's the focus as you now look to regroup and reset?
Han er jo meget strategisk, og han får os til at spille godt derude, så vi skal bare fortsætte på samme måde, og så har vi 2 svære kampe i Sverige og Finland, så forhåbentlig vi kan komme ud og gøre det godt, og håbe på, at tyskerne kan tabe nogle point.
Thank you.
Thank you. You understood that?
I spoke to you the second intermission when you had 8 shots on goal. You finally break through that drought and get a very important goal tonight. What was the key in finally solving a very tight Denmark defense?
Yeah, the coach was preaching it. They're a good team. One of the better ones we faced throughout the tournament so far. Just keying in on our mistakes and capitalizing on them. So we had a good job. We kept fighting against the goalie, and hopefully one went in.
You got that assist from Alex Tuck in your goal. He had a big game today, too. Just how important is he to this team and the leadership that he brings wearing that A?
Yeah, he's huge. Obviously another BC guy, so it's nice to have that connection there, but he's been great since day one, very welcoming. He's had experience at the NHL level, and he's been great since day one, so I couldn't have asked for a better role model to look up to this tournament.
Lastly, perfect start. What's the mood amongst the team?
Yeah, we're feeling great. We got another good one tomorrow, so we got to get ready for the next one, but it was a fun time today.
Awesome. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Butter. Boys. What's up?
Nice cut.
Good up, boys. It's the nacho.
The 2023 IIHF app. Featuring all statistics of your favorite players, your favorite teams, and real-time game updates at your fingertips. Find the Schroders in the IIHF app, explore the action, and dive into a new digital world. Play and win amazing prizes. Available on all smart devices in multiple languages. The 2023 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
To achieve great goals, every step counts. We have continuously taken steps to develop Scandic into Pioneer, working for a better and more sustainable tomorrow. Our ambition is to lead sustainability action by offering a world-class Nordic hotel experience by focusing on three core parts of our business: being the most inclusive company for the many people, leading the way to better food and beverage with less impact, and offering the most sustainable room experience.
There's many forms of abuse. Abuse, harassment can happen.
Time to stand up and make a difference is now.
It's